Hello, Islanders. It is Monday, October the 4th, and this is a month that a lot of you have been waiting for. The Cdc'S Conditional Sell Order, CSO, is set to expire at the end of the month. So many of you have reached out to us on Facebook and on YouTube alike, asking us, will this order indeed expire as designed? Or could it be extended? While we don't have the exact answer today from the CDC, we can almost predict what's going to happen with current events and the way things have unfolded the last several months. We're going to talk about the expiration or extension of the conditional sell order. Plus, we're going to look at cruise ships and their status. Currently, there are a lot of ships in green status, and that is a good thing. If you're cruising soon, you're going to see what status your cruise ship is in. There's all sorts of news, and let's talk about it right now on Island Time. A big happy Monday to all you Islanders. I hope you had a great weekend. I know I did. I spent time watching a lot of football, coaching football, my son's football team, watching Tom Brady and the Buccaneers return to New England last night in a great game, and just a good feeling that was. I had a great weekend. I hope you did too. This is Island Time, and I am your host, Derek, and we are here to talk cruise news, and my goodness, there is so much going on. It's a big month. It really is. We've been eyeing this for a long time. A lot of you Islanders have been eyeing this for multiple reasons. The first group of Islanders, you've called me, texted me, messaged me on Facebook. You've wondered, will the conditional sell order expire? Some of you need it to expire. You want it to expire because you have not cruised under it for whatever reason. You did not meet the criteria to cruise. Maybe it was that you did not want to be vaccinated, which is your choice. But you've wanted it to expire so that you can cruise. Some of you have asked about it because you're enjoying cruising under the conditional sell order. You've cruised multiple times. Some of you guys, it's like you live on a cruise ship. It really is. Some of you are tired. Oh, I can't wait to be there one day. Some of you, your job just allows you to cruise, but you've enjoyed cruising. You speak to how safe cruising is. And of course, you love the capacity levels, 70% and below. So many ships right now are at 55 and 65%, even within Carnival, who's trying to get it to 70%. A lot of them are low right now, and you love it. But the big question is, will this conditional sell order be extended, or will it expire? Let's take ourselves back, okay? October the 30th of 2020, the conditional sell order was established by the CDC. Whoever thought we would be here almost 1 year later talking about will it expire? It was established October the 30th, and there's 3 ways that it could end. The first way is the expiration of the Secretary of Health and Human Services. The Secretary of Health and Human Services could expire the declaration that COVID-19 constitutes a public health emergency. That has not happened. The CSO is still in effect. The second way it could have ended, the CDC director could have rescinded or modified the order based on specific public health or other considerations. CDC director has not rescinded that. The CSO is still in effect. And the third way that the CSO could end is the date of November the 1st, 2021. We are quickly approaching that date, and all of us are wondering what is going to happen. The CDC has made no announcement, and don't expect one. We'll talk about that here in just a little bit. Don't expect one this week for sure. But what is going to happen? Well, let's fast forward. We know why it was set up. We know how it can end. What has it done? Every cruise ship cruising from United States ports have sailed under this conditional sell order. Now, you remember the lawsuits with Alaska. We covered all the cases, the Florida cases, in July and in August. And Florida won. Florida won. Ships leaving out of Florida ports did not have to sell with the recommendations of the conditional sell order. They could have cruised however they wanted to cruise, but, and this is a big but, okay, cruise lines in the cruise industry voluntarily decided to go with the CDC's conditional sell order, even in Florida. They're still going by it, okay, even though they don't have to. The protocols, though, you cannot argue whether we think that this body should have the power or not. The protocols that cruise lines are going by, some of them self-imposed. Remember, cruise lines self-imposed protocols before the CDC said that they had to. It was interesting to see with masking, for example. Carnival came out and said, you're going to have to wear masks some places. And then the CDC came out a week or two later and said, hey, we recommend that you wear masks in some places, even if you're vaccinated. So the protocols are working. Whether or not the cruise line established some of those on their own, or there were talks with the CDC, maybe they agreed on some things. The cruise lines announced it first, then the CDC did. We don't know the indoor and confidential meetings, but we do know protocols are working, and that's what's keeping you and I cruising. We cruise October the 21st. Again, we cruise in December. It's what's keeping us cruising. A lot of you who cruise, I mentioned it earlier, you always talk about how you feel safe, the cleaning of the ships, the testing that's done 2 days before. If you're vaccinated, it's at the terminal. If you're not vaccinated, you feel safe. It's obvious that they're working. So why would the conditional sell order end if they're working? That's a question that many people have. Don't expect to hear from the CDC, I would say, literally until the end of the month. The CDC is not going to come out this week or next week, I don't think. Based on the way they've communicated for over a year now, they've given themselves to November the 1st, and historically, they give themselves literally until that day that they've said, sometimes even the day before. We've seen announcements even late at night, overnight. The press release comes out at midnight and 2 a.m. I don't think we'll hear from the CDC until the end of the month. What will we hear? I think we will hear that the conditional sell order is indeed extended. I think it will be extended. I do not think it will be from October of 2021 to October of 2022. I could see a shorter extension. It could be 4 months or 6 months, but I do see an extension of the conditional sell order. We'll see what comes from it. If the CSO is extended, how long will it be, and what does that mean for my cruise? I want to remind you of how the CSO started, okay? It was supposed to be a quick way to begin cruising. That was not the case. I want to remind you that the conditional sell order has been changed many times. It's often been to enhance protocols, such as vaccinated cruisers can be outside without a mask, they can be inside without a mask. You remember that? Vaccinated cruisers did not have to be tested. You remember that? It was changed where masking is recommended. Of course, cruise lines that have unvaccinated guests, they agreed with that. And then the testing component, used to, in July 24th, we went on the Vista, we were not tested. Now you're tested. I think the conditional sell order is extended, but eventually they start to take away some of those pieces that have been added over time. And over time, the conditional sell order becomes more and more relaxed. And one day, cruise lines will be able to self-regulate themselves again. We just don't know how long. Now, big question that a lot of you have, you've asked me so many times about unvaccinated passengers. Some of you islanders are unvaccinated. Some of our first big fans, our staple fans, the greeters of the island when all of us pull up, you're unvaccinated. And that is, again, a choice. I think that 2022 will open up some doors for you. I really do. The rest of this year, no, I don't think so. The first part of next year, no. But I can see the CDC and cruise lines in mid-2022 and toward the end of 2022 allowing vaccinated passengers on a controlled basis. When I say controlled, right now, we all know that number of vaccinated passengers is 95%. We know that. I could see that number, and maybe the way they incorporate unvaccinated passengers is they start to bring that number down in the middle of 2022 to 90% of your passengers have to be vaccinated, 85%, 80%, so that unvaccinated adults, people over the age of 12, who are not vaccinated and who are cruisers, who have been lifelong cruisers, can cruise once again. I think 2022 will be kind for you. I know you want it to be tomorrow. I know. I read your comments. I respond to you. I want you to cruise just like you want to cruise. And I think that the future will hold. Still going to be a little while. Okay? Hang in there. You're gonna do it. If you change your mind and want to get vaccinated, of course you can. But you don't have to. That is your choice, okay? Now, with the conditional sell order, one of the neat things that's come from it is they update literally every ship that has crew and passengers on board. They update. Let's take a look right now at the color coordination of ships, and you will see right here. Look at this. I always try to remind us of this. There's 3 different statuses that our ships can be in: green, orange, and yellow. And there is a gray status. It's not being used right now. But the 3 statuses are green, orange, and yellow. Okay, green status means that the ship has no reports of COVID-19 or COVID-19 illnesses. 0, none. You don't have a case. You don't have symptoms. That's pretty neat, and that's a feat right now. Orange means that the ship has reported cases of COVID, but it is below the threshold for the CDC investigation. So ships are managing those cases on board. And yellow status means that the ship has met the threshold for the CDC investigation, which includes one of the 3 following. It's crew cases, passenger cases, or state or local departments have notified CDCs of passengers cases that have occurred within 5 days of getting off the ship and going home. Okay? I always want to share that with you. So let's see some of these ships and what they are right now, because a lot of us are cruising this month. And let's start down here with Carnival and the Carnival Breeze, which is bounced back and forth. Green and yellow, green and yellow. The Breeze is yellow. The Dream, who just started back. It's always fun to see this. How long can a cruise ship stay green? The Carnival Dream, money, 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 she is green. The Glory again, the Glory just started back. The Glory is green. No COVID cases or symptoms on board. The Horizon is yellow. The Horizon was green last time we checked. It's yellow. Again, not a huge deal, but there's been enough cases on board that the CDC has started that investigation. The Magic, who has been started back now for almost 2 months, is green. That is awesome to see. The Miracle started back recently, still green. The Carnival Panorama, who's been back about a month, is green. The Pride, who just came back a couple weeks ago, green. Protocols are working. The testing has done a lot. The 2-day test, we worry about it. I know we do, but it is working. Sunrise is yellow. The Vista, who was green last week, is now yellow. Okay, let's scroll on down here to the Grand Princess with Princess Cruises is cruising. She is green. The Disney Dream, green. The Disney Wonder and Serenity, green. Lots of green. We have to go down to Norwegian and then, of course, Royal Caribbean to see what's going on. Norwegian has the Breakaway and the Encore. They are both yellow, okay? The Gem, the CDC is monitoring, but there is no investigation. It is orange right now. And let's scroll on down here. Celebrity, of course, they've been green. Celebrity, they've got it figured out. The first cruise line to restart June the 28th. The Edge, the Equinox, the Millennium, the Summit, all of them are green. How about that for Celebrity? Of course, owned by parent company Royal Caribbean. The Allure of the Seas is yellow at this time. The Freedom of the Seas, yellow. Independence is green. Mariner, green. Oasis is yellow. Ovation, who recently started back, is yellow. The Serenade and Symphony are green. So I always like to show this because it shows you, first off, those of you cruising pretty soon, you get to see your ship. But we see the difference week over week on who's green, yellow, or orange, how are we doing? And I really do think that this is the most amount of green that we've seen. Proof again that things are working. I know many of you are cruising, and a lot of you wished you could cruise soon, but maybe you can't because of this conditional sell order. I hope that whatever is done by the end of the month, that you will get to cruise very, very soon and continuing to live the life that we have. We only have one of them. We're going to be here all week with cruise news. There's all kinds of things going on. We can't wait to check in tomorrow for our cruise on the Carnival Breeze. And we're going to have some special tips for you this week with checking in, plus all the cruise news as we always do. We thank you so much for being here. Please give us a thumbs up. And if you are not an Islander yet, please consider subscribing and hitting that bell, ring the bell, so that every time we release content, you are notified. We'll see you tomorrow right here on Island Time.